want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Makoni.
With the launch of Makoni Entertainment and Makoni Competizone alongside Makoni Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Progressive banking towards the top. It really lends that top line that you're going to see these guys running tonight. It's going to be a battle of the top line versus the wall. You got to keep it clean coming off the wall there, and it's going to be interesting to see if anybody can get some of the multiple middle to lower lines to work. I think earlier on when tires refresh, you're going to see some of that, but as they go, if they get some long green flag runs, we're going to see some of that high line action and control against the wall work out.
And let's take a look at the points following Rockingham, I should say, a little bit earlier ago. A couple weeks ago, we were there. And Eddie Kerner and Connor Yaroshak, they have both officially locked into the Contender Series, the most points to the cut line that anyone can get. Well, it's not even close to what Kerner and Yaroshak quite have, so they are good. Brian Mercurio and Michael P. Frisch, according to the unofficial math, and by unofficial math, I mean the math that I did a few hours ago, Brian Mercurio and Michael P. Frisch should lock in upon taking the green flag. They should be good, and they should be in because there are only 27 and 26 drivers in each of the splits. You can see down to 20th, the top 20 drivers are going to make it. And there's that cut, 118. That is the current last place driver in. Past that, though, you've got a lot of drivers that are just barely out of it. A point for 2 of them, Hill and England. But for now, it's time to go to the grid. Drivers are getting set to go with a pace lap here. And then it's time for some 100 laps of Homestead. Alexander Russell on the pole in this top split of action at 32.73 with Matthew Bappy alongside. Logan Clampett in third with Agnell Phillip in fourth. Blaze Crawford and Sander Nyhoff, your top 3 rows. We continue on into row number 4 with Justin Smith and Brad Wright alongside each other with Channing Baloo and Mitchell Hunt, your top 10. Ethan Lane in 11th and David Sheldhouse in 12th. Continue on with Jeremy.
Jack Mace right there in 13th. Andrew Navarro right there in 14th. In 15th, top 15, Nick Olson. Trevor Huff in the 16th position. Starting 17th will be Chad McGinley. In the 17th position, in the 18th position will be Blake McCandless. In the 19th starting position will be Nathaniel Landwehr. In the 20th starting spot will be Will Cooley. Kevin Champagne will be starting the 21st position. The 22nd position will be Daniel Nanny. And in this 23rd position will be River Hayes. And the 24th spot and the last truck to take time is Matt Kosher in the split. And then 25th, Christopher Hill, 26th, Dalton England, and 27th, Caden Rush.
Going over split 2.
So now we go to split 2, and Josh, I'll let you take a list alongside.
Yeah, so a couple of the names that we mentioned, Brian Mercurio and Michael Freisch, they are your P1, P2 row 1 cars starting tonight. Third, we've got Cabe McKinley. Fourth, Connor Uroshak. Fifth, Matthew Morton. Sixth, Quentin Warman. Moving on, we have Michael Venable in row 7th, Ryan Andrew in 8th, Dalton Milam in 9th, and Nate Stewart rounds out your top 10. 11th, we have Johnny Avila. 12th, James Winsel. 13th, David Brown. 14th, Max Brady. 15th, Brandon Hawk. 16th, Mike Baumgartner. 17th, Robbie Vrabel. 18th, Brendan Kohler. 19th, Rocky Boyd. 20th, Jack Coyne. 21st, Christopher Pfeiffer. 22nd, Ashton Schleiss. 23rd, Tanner Love. 24th, Nicholas Morse. 25th, Matt Danson. And round out your field, Dylan Jones did not take time in 26th.
Well, we are getting ready to go green flag racing in both splits. In split 2, the pace truck is off first. In split 1, it goes off second. Green flag in split 2, green in split 1. One more race to decide who goes to the Contender Series.
Nose to tail into, we got one spinning already here in split 1. Is the yellow flag going to come out? No, it does not look like it. Everybody's still going straight.
Everyone's miscombobulated in split 1 down the backstretch, but everyone, you're right, is still going straight. It's just going to really mess up where everyone is able to go in this second split. They make it back to that start-finish line clean. Still green in both splits. Lap 2 begins.
David Shieldhouse, one of the drivers that was right there on the bubble, was running 12th right now, I believe, in the first split. Let's see if he can hang on to this good running position here in the end. Maybe keep himself locked in at top 20 in points.
Now, some drivers like Schildhaus, they are right there. He comes into this race 20th. He is that final driver who can put himself into the Contender Series. Now, it's going to be difficult to do that without help. He can win the race, and he would guarantee his spot into the Contender Series. However, anything less than that, and he needs to make sure that everyone else, drivers like Hill right below him, do not have a victory in this one. A win is 40 points, just like your typical NASCAR series race. And caution out in split 2. What's going on there?
Yeah, we just had a caution come out. I cannot quite see the truck number. We're gonna rewind back here to it. I could hear the radio call. I do see Brandon Hawk said he was pitting in. I don't know if it was related. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, let's take a look indeed in this second split.
It is the 9 truck here. That is Brandon Hockey. It looks to be a solo spin by himself. No one else collected. He comes down the bank and takes it into the pits.
Well, I'm surprised that was called for a caution, considering it was in the back of the field. It was a single truck incident and kind of cleared itself pretty quickly. But nonetheless, they get to regroup and reset in that second split. Split 1 continues to go green flag racing, and Logan Clampett continues to lead the way. Clampett, one of those drivers that is not in the best of spots, but hey, it doesn't, or I should say, he's in the spot where he needs to finish in 10th to make it. Right now, he gets himself in there. I'm hearing that Channing Bello has taken a little bit of a 45-degree angle through the corner in split 1. Things are quite interesting off the bat, Jeremy.
drivers are just starting to figure out what their trucks are going to do here. We got trucks just starting to venture up to that wall, trying to find that momentum now as we are just 6 laps into this green flag run. Trucks are starting to get changing on that balance. Tires are coming up to temperature. Trucks in front of them are giving them that dirty air. They got to find the clean air. Looks like nobody's really venturing to the middle. We're going to see how this develops throughout the race, but so far, so good.
So far, so good. You see a lot of shuffling here. Homestead's got that progressive banking, or up in the corners, up top near the outside wall is 20 degrees of banking. Look at that great shot there. It's a steep track. Down closer to the apron, it is not as steep, 18 degrees there. That means that you'll only be helped by the momentum up top on the front and back stretch. However, you will lose time in the corners because you're taking that longer distance around, as we start to see right going alongside Nyhoff, that is, in that 78 truck, who goes into ninth. Now, Nyhoff's one of those drivers in this one who is definitely sitting in an uncomfortable spot, comes into it, needs to get some good points here. It's uncomfortable for all the drivers, I'd say.
Definitely a fine line of. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, here in split 2, it does look they are lined up with one to go. Only a handful of cars towards the back of the field pitted. Everyone else stayed out. Green flag coming around turn 4 right now.
Appreciate that quick update. And as a reminder, Niehoff right now 103 points. He's 15 back of that cut line that Schildhaus currently sits in. So it's one of those days that for him, it's going to have to be a perfect night with things happening for him, not only from his own cockpit, but from the perspectives of other drivers in it. Clampett continues to lead the way. Jeremy, I know you were on to something there. What were you about to say?
The number 13 truck of Ethan Lane is really making this top line work. He's finding himself now within 0.2 of our leader right now. We'll have to see if he makes this pass, because he is just ripping the top, gripping and ripping.
We love to see that. Split 2 about to get back to green flag racing here. Looks like most, if not all, the drivers still good to go after that one truck incident. Green flag back out in that one, and they continue to almost get 3 wide going into corner number 1. This action's going to go by fast. In split 1, we're already down to lap 10. 90 to go there. Of course, a little bit behind is the second split.
Ethan Lane still up top here. I think the Logan Clampett machine might be giving him the top here. It looks like it. Looks like he might just want him to go past and maybe burn his stuff up. If that's maybe the case, we'll have to see if Logan moves up and tries to find some speed, but looks to be pretty content running the bottom.
Yeah, content for sure. And hey, why wouldn't you be? But Lane and Clampett right next to each other. That is a pass for the lead. An assertive one right there from Lane, and he takes it. Clampett's going to send it down to the bottom. These two, 7/10 in front of Russell. And then in split 2, we also have this lead battle here. What's going on in that one, Josh?
Oh, man, your top 3, Mercurio, Euroshak, and Frisch are battling it out. I think Euroshak just got the pass clean on Mercurio here, coming into turn 1. That was a very clean, nice pass that they are working the low line. I'm really surprised to see him still running so low. I figured that the high line would already start to be kind of moving in. But yeah, we're just going to have to see how things unfold. Those guys that did take that green flag, Frisch and Mercurio, into the Contender Series.
Yeah, this is interesting for split 2, considering those drivers are all locked in as that green flag fell. So it's more for pride than anything else for the lead of that race as we continue to watch what's going on here in split number 1. Drivers deciding to go with a few different lines here. You saw one peeking towards the middle groove, but it is majorly either that inside line or the outside as a move down to the inside there for that Ford 98 machine. It's looking to work out, but hey, a pinch down to the bottom. The momentum's up on that second groove there. And look at that. That truck on the outside line is going to get all the speed possible down this backstretch, working on lap 14, coming to 15 of split 1. And Jeremy, it's been fast here for these trucks.
clean and green. They're really setting a heck of a pace. About 34-second laps right now. If we take a look real quick, looks like we started the race off at 33 seconds. We're just about a second of fall off now, about 14 laps in. So the number 11 truck right there of Angel Philippe was running the top, was trying to follow the Ethan Lane machine, but did not work out as well just yet for him. He decided to go just that middle lane, trying to still continue his march forward.
Yeah, driver like Agnel Phillip, he needs to make it up, make some positions up right now in this race if he wants to win it, but it's not really all that he's worried about here. Phillip has done a really solid job throughout this Road to Pro series to put himself in a spot where he only needs to finish in the top 10 to make sure he advances to that contender series, one of those breakout seasons for Phillip. He's doing a lot of leagues. He's running well in them. He's on his way to maybe another real sim racing Cup Series title, and that series' final season of existence, run by Evan Pasoko, the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Series broadcaster. So Phillip tries to make a move down the inside here to get by Bappy, got the momentum, and it looks like it's going to be easily made unless Bappy gets that speed from that high line.
Bappy just made the pass right there earlier, and boy, they're putting on one heck of a swap of position there. Top seems to be working out. It looks like the 27 truck there in front of them has moved up as well. To see if these drivers can maybe catch back up to Ethan Lane, who's got himself almost a second on second, but the driver in third is now almost 2 seconds.
Yeah, and that's going to be a continuous battle right here. What you're watching in the main primary screen, those three drivers all fighting right there. It's Russell, Bappy, and Phillip, third, fourth, and fifth. The numbers you see on the timing table are the numbers that they are assigned to by the iRacing official server. However, the ones we are seeing on the screen from the actual trucks themselves are their own custom paints. Of course, it's not cheap always, even to get involved in sim racing. So they like to give thanks to some of their partners throughout this series. And that's where you'll hear some shout outs and everything of sorts like that. I know Brayton last year knows for sure how expensive racing can be. And it's so important to make sure that those partners, those sponsors are kept happy and appreciated as we're coming to lap 20 here in split number 1. What's going on in split 2, Josh?
All right, we're on lap 16. We've got the top 9 is essentially 2 small packs. We've got Euroshack, Mercurio, Frisch, and Warman, your top 4 in one pack. And we got Brady, Avila, McClinney, and Kohler is your next 4 kind of grouped together. Avila is making a charge on the top 5, but couldn't quite get the run to stick. And he just kind of fell back in line. Our top folks are kind of running in line here. Nothing too much to report as far as details. Whenever he was making that progress, he is trying to use the high line to move around the leaders who are running lower. So we're going to see if that story plays out.
Yeah, looks like some close battling here amongst all of these trucks. That second groove doing some magic right there, but we'll continue to watch both splits in this picture-in-picture mode, and it's a pretty cool thing that we wanted to test out, and I think it's been a success through this second half of the Road to Pro eNASCAR series as these trucks continue to do battle here. 20% of the way through this race in split 1 at Homestead, Miami. It's been a quick one so far. Lane continues to lead over 0.8 over Clampett. However, that gap has come down considerably ever since I said any words about it. It looks like we know who the class of the field is tonight, but a good job from Russell and Bappy and the rest of them to just continue to stay where they need to be. Now, Jeremy, I want to talk real quick about driver Blake McCandless. So Blake comes into this race knowing that 5th place, a top 5, would clinch his way unofficially into this contender series. Well, look where Blake right now is in the leaderboard. He's 6th in it, so he's not necessarily in there yet. However, he's pretty much putting himself in almost the perfect spot.
Exactly that. Almost is right. One more position, and he's just got to get through these last 77-ish laps to make this happen. He's doing a really good job just easing his ways up to the front. This race has been green flag all the way, so these drivers are doing a great job keeping the cars going, the trucks straight. These tires are going to start to get worn out. I don't know what the fuel mileage is on here, but I wouldn't suspect us seeing green flag stops anytime soon. But the way this race is progressing, that possibility is there.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at the air and track temperature for split two. Air temp was 85. Obviously, that track temp is a little bit more than that. Josh, I know you've been watching this one. Some really good battling here.
Wow. So as you guys were talking there, we had a major change up in the top four here. Michael Frisch has moved back to four. Quentin Warman has made a charge. He's battling for second. He tried the inside line for 2 laps. He's now on the outside of Mercurio, looking to move into second spot here. We've got some really good racing action. These guys are really showing the racecraft. It's awesome.
That is quite awesome to see and hear as Warman continues to stay within a podium spot right here. Warman, of course, is
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
With the launch of Makoni Entertainment and Makoni Competizone alongside Makoni Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.